It's the NFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Dallas. It's the Saints and the Cowboys on Sunday night.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Coming up, a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a potential classic in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game,
one of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? Only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So here are the Saints with a long field ahead. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
and we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got. And that's a heck of a run right there.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. Now it's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
They'll run on 1st down. Lincoln, and a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 9. They'll set up to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was that we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of the game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and 1st downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And his kick here is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you...
There he goes, left side. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 72 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints have retaken the lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that. And Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 41 yards rushing now as he's looked good here in this opening quarter of the NFC Championship. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Cowboys 45.
They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 30. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints add 6 to their lead. And, boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. Right now, they're in some uncharted waters, Charles. They haven't been facing deficits like this season. We're going to see what they're made of.
And I think the easy thing right now is for us to discuss how the home crowd can help them, carry them along. Bottom line, though, they've got to make plays to get the crowd back into it, to help them with the rest of their game. That means best players got to make those big-time plays right now. They need them in a big way.
Well, they fought so hard to be here at home for the conference championship game. See if they can propel themselves to the Super Bowl. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. This is good for a first down. His second grab of this NFC championship bout. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Got his open man. It's Carr. But he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have cut it back within a score.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots and going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he returns this to the 22. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and 4. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, they'll throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 2nd down and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll try the left side. Lincoln, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped it. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Lincoln takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll set up a throw. And he is caught. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And
it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Cowboys are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that route, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Returnable here from the 38. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Lincoln. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Holding offense.
Man, that ain't made no sense.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Carr. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Carr. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Second down and 6 now.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They'll look to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
This will be caught at about the 6. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry.
Number 81. It's the pick up the 6.
Now back to throw. And this is caught for the Cowboy touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Cowboys go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the third quarter. So the potential could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains. In the Battle of the Sea, he will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from the lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
And this one is right through, and they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. And all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a 1st down. Back to throw here. Wide open receiver, complete. 11 yards for number 11.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, New Orleans.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
At the Cowboys' 44-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Lincoln. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the Saints' 1st down.
He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hodges. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
34-yard line.
Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, it's complete. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll bring him back within 4. So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. But I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. A solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. They juked him, and they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Right back to him on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. We're in the 3rd quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's up north of 100 yards receiving now in this NFC Championship game. And it's a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Lincoln, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
At the 34-yard line.
On 2nd down now. Lincoln, and he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 27.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead, pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field, and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
chance for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. They go play action here on first down. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now the try here for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter. This possession, gigantic. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
First down, New Orleans.
They'll set up a throw. Finding space at the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Second and inches at the 41-yard line.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 33. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Back to throw now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The Saints on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the fourth. 17 yards on the play there. The Cowboys have a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Here we go on fourth down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there at 22.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
A gain of 9.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And quickly they get to the line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Back to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll look to throw again. This is caught. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Offense.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, and that should be that.
And they take a knee. And the crowd on its feet, and understandably so. They are Super Bowl bound after taking that knee.
How about the ability to celebrate not just winning a championship, but to do it with your fans on your home field? What a great collaboration for them all year long.
And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory. Moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
It's the AFC Championship game. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Ravens and the Chargers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the LA Chargers. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the...
game. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's going to carry out the side of the end zone, and that, my friends, is a safety, 2 points. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Fielded just inside the 20. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Goodrich. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they've got to be feeling fortunate here. They took that safety on the game's first drive, but their defense was able to hold strong on the ensuing possession. So now they take over, down 2-0, 1st and 10. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll try the left side. It's Cole. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now back to throw. Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. So we've had a safety, we've had a field goal, and still no touchdowns yet, and the very rare 3-2 ball game.
So we went to a football game. That's what we're here for, right? And a baseball game broke out. Just sort of illustrates to me that both of these defenses can be awfully tough. And right now, both of the offenses are having trouble navigating them.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game.
And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down. They'll try the left side. Goodrich. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
The throw over the middle, taken in. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Up the middle they go. Goodrich. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Yeah, there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. He'll keep it himself. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. On play action, they'll throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Cole. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw on third down. Flowers. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have regained the lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
2 yards to go, second down.
Up the middle they go. It's Cole, and he'll get it down to the 47 here.
40 yards rushing now in the opening quarter of this AFC Championship game.
Right back to him on first down. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback,
yeah,
you got to make that throw, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be completed.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they have regained the lead. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in.
But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Looking to throw. Flowers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chargers getting set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and 1.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Cole. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Flowers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Flowers being chased out left. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
On 1st down, Goodrich. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Flowers. And his throw is incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On third down, Goodrich. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
L.A. readies for its next possession. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Barnett. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on first down. It's Cole. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
70 yards on the ground in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They're going to look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder. You think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Ravens offense back out there. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Flowers. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens have taken the lead here in this AFC title game. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Point after try forthcoming. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Open man here is Gentry. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, LA. A great effort there. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. And if you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that will make this a 4-point game. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando, standing by with that EA Sports Halftime Report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And they have work to do in the second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll keep it on the ground. Goodrich, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Goodrich. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Looking to throw on second down. Flowers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Looking to throw. Flowers. And he is caught. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 45-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first down, Flowers. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Back to throw. Flowers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. Looking to throw. Flowers. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And that sack brings up fourth and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll bring him back within a point.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Short pass caught by the tight end Gentry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Up the middle they go. Cole. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack, and I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So a change of possession here on the punt. On 1st and 10. Flowers. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Back to throw. Flowers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Operating from the gun. Flowers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. It's taken to the 26. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here's 2nd and 8. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They'll set up a throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. This inside the 35-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics, he's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
On 2nd down, it's Cole. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the 2nd half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now, and that's a heck of a run.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Flowers. It's caught here by Adams. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now a give right side. Goodrich. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Flowers finding space at the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Goodrich. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. From the 21, here's the 2nd down and 6. A quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Flowers. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
His pass caught with the 4. Touchdown! A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
They're going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
These fans on pins and needles. A Super Bowl berth on the line, tied in the 4th quarter as the kick is away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. When you talk to these guys in training camp, these are the moments they say they live for. You're in a playoff game. It's tied, 4th quarter. Time for somebody to step up.
And can you execute under pressure? Because the pressure is intense right now. No one wants to be responsible for making the error that costs their team. But at the same time, who's going to be responsible for making the play that gives the advantage to your team? Who's going to break out? Just what you said.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. but incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He's got his target. That's complete. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. And that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They need a touchdown to tie it. Of course, they know full well they won't have too many more possessions, if any, in this championship game. Throwing on 1st down. Flowers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
To throw on 3rd down. Flowers. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. So out come the Chargers. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 2. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Barnett. And past the 35, will be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Barnett. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely That was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Back to throw. Flowers. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Flowers. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. And they call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. They run the counter. Goodrich. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
To throw on 2nd down. Flowers. And it's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Possession switching back now to the Chargers. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Cole. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 118 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. 2nd down and 3. They're going to look to throw. Short pass caught by the tight end Gentry. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So the Ravens now down by 7. A minute 51 on the clock. They need a touchdown to keep their Super Bowl hopes alive as they come up on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. He'll look to throw. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. All 3 timeouts still in their back pocket. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And he stopped immediately there. Super Bowl aspirations on the line. A critical one here. It's 3rd down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively now, one more play to stop. What are they looking for?
You want to take away their number 1 running option that you scouted and take away their number 1 receiver and see if someone else can beat you.
And he's in for the touchdown with the clock reading triple zeros. And the extra point, if they hit it, will send this thing to overtime.
And that touchdown means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up, or do they go for 2 and try and win it right now?
Now for the all-critical extra point. He's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to overtime. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide a winner, and now we're back underway for the right to hoist that Lamar Hunt trophy. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
A good opening drive so far here in overtime, looking to put the pressure on with a touchdown. It's 1st and 10. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
Holding. Offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. Playoff football at its best. Remember, a touchdown on this drive isn't a game winner as they work on 2nd down here. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call 2nd deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Goodrich. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl. What do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? Now, it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre with the Vikings has the destiny, but they're in New Orleans. It's the Saints, and they get it done. And in overtime, go on to the Super Bowl. They won now, and they beat the Colts, correct?
A couple of the more memorable ones for sure.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the Magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah,
to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just straight money right there. The biggest drive of the game, a chance to win it in overtime. If they've been saving that play, they sure pulled it out at the right time. A huge turn of events there.
Remember, all they need is a field goal here, but the offense still on the field, 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. Flowers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown!
They're going to win it.
And let the celebration begin. In an overtime thriller, they're off to the Super Bowl. Charles, let's focus for a second on the losing side. In a couple months, they may look back and say, wow, you know, it was a great season. But right now, I guarantee they're feeling no sugarcoating on this one.
And you can already see the T-shirts at training camp next year, can't you? Unfinished business. Because they've got to find a way to motivate these guys to go through all the same pain, right? All the same tough stuff, and find their way back and give themselves a chance to win this game again next year.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.